Good morning, Scott here, known as Cantaloupe to some online, and I'm bringing a subject to you that's interesting to me. It might be of interest to you or someone you know, and that is behavior modification. Sounds kind of uncalled for, maybe just on the surface, but there are many times where behavior modification is called for in an official capacity where people might be doing something that is illegal or just wrong, unethical, or dangerous to themselves or others in a way that is unsupportable. There are tons of examples, and I'm not going to bore you with those specific examples. I'm sure you can come up with them yourself. But behavior modification, traditionally, in this part of the world, takes the shape of administrative action, in the shape of correctional discipline, and punishment, right? Well, it's all types of punishment. There's the proverbial carrot and stick, and these things are not new. They're not new ideas. But what I want to describe in this video is new. It's a new idea where I think that a large number of people, especially those involved in this business of correcting behavior, changing behavior, or influencing it, deterring certain types of behavior with the expectation that there will be some kind of consequences if a person acts a certain way. These people have a huge opportunity to better understand what the limits are of punishment. This is the point right here. So what the limits of punishment are pretty clear, actually. I think that there are circles of education that understand this very well. There are research fields and areas of psychology that have dived into this subject, and they have found that there's something called degeneracy, where beyond a point, punishment is counterproductive, like measurably counterproductive. It creates bad behavior. So I think this used to be a subject of discussion in the past, and I don't hear anything about it anymore from anybody online or anywhere. But the point isn't that punishment is bad. I want to start with this. I want to say that punishment can be very important. It can be useful, but it beyond a point, like I said, that to achieve a result in behavior modification, it requires the carrot, so to speak. It requires some kind of incentive, because there's nothing else that works. Once that point of degeneracy has been reached, once a person has become immune to the punishment, which is what happens. This happens a lot. When you lean on a set of rules and disciplinary action to the point where you're ignoring incentives, you're ignoring circumstances, you're ignoring the people as individuals, it registers as that. And this is the cause of degeneracy, which might be a whole separate video. When people are treated unfairly, and fairness is a thing, it really is. It's being equitable, giving people due process and justice, considering their circumstances. But when you fail to do this, and you punish them, such as in a group, if you punish a person for something somebody else did, which is called summary judgment or summary punishment, they become very quickly degenerate. This is what causes degeneracy, and it's justified. It's not even really up to them. It's a normal reaction to that treatment. It's a normal reaction to what is criminal on the part of an administrator, actually. So it's a form of protest. It's instinctive, I believe. It's instinctive, and it's a normal, healthy reaction to being treated unfairly. So point is, beyond that, you need incentives. You need some kind of understanding, some kind of something for them to reach for that is interesting, or else there will be no changes beyond that point. So what does that look like in a practical sense? What does incentivizing behavior changes beyond the point of degeneracy look like? Well, it's the example of what would normally be there in a free and open environment, which unfortunately many places lack. When you take away freedom and, for lack of a better way to say it, all the fun parts that really shouldn't be limited or micromanaged, but end up limited and micromanaged because of the bad apples. When you take those things away, you take away the carrots. You take away the reasons for people to want to do better. And unfortunately, many times it becomes a circular problem where people start to protest that, and then the response by administrators or authorities is to punish them for their protests, which makes things worse when it reaches that point of degeneracy. It becomes a circular problem. So you see, there's a predictable number of people who fall out of the loop completely. They just stop responding to the punishment and become criminals, hardened criminals, some of them, real hardened criminals. And our authorities, God bless them, don't want to understand this because it's expensive, to be honest. It's proper investigation, proper due process. Being fair requires skilled judges. It's not for anybody to just be a judge, for example. And it's not just for judges to be fair either. It's for anybody with a position of authority or power, really. But the point is, when you incentivize good behavior, you're hopefully offering something that is enticing. It's something that probably should have been there to begin with, but that's also beside the point. It gives the degenerate, if you will, and I hate to call people degenerates. Sounds like we're going back to the 50s and 60s with that, but it's a real thing. And you give them something to reach for. You give them some kind of compelling grain of a reward, I guess is the word, right? You offer that thing that they need, the thing that's been missing, the thing that they want, the thing that they deserve, really, to be honest. They know they deserve it, and it's amazing. It's miraculous how quickly the behavior changes when you do the right thing, when you do the difficult thing, when you do your damn job as an administrator. I am frustrated by this. I'm tired of seeing authorities use the stick. That's all they got, right? Lately, I think that our authorities of the past had a much better understanding of how to control behavior. Nowadays, it's just do what we say or we'll beat you, basically. And that's not okay. It's not working. The ultimate problem is it doesn't work. You end up with a huge population of disgruntled degenerates. And does that sound familiar? Well, there you have it. So anyway, I hope everybody has a great day. Please reach out with comments or questions to whitehotrobot@gmail.com. Thank you.